Next. Presentation has been closed captioned.
Not very sleek, but he's bright and he's sassy. When you're with him, you better leave your cares behind. It's Herbie. He makes you feel that there's a rainbow waiting just around the bend. And if the chips are down, you know he'll help you to the end. And Herbie's my best friend. My best friend. My best friend.
To answer too tough a question, but if you've given up racing, if all of that is behind you, why are we going to a racetrack?
Just to see some old buddies, that's all.
That's it?
And to show off the girl I'm going to marry, okay?
You like some of your answers.
Honey, if you're worried about our racing, forget it. We've hung them up. Despite what some may think, we're through racing. Trust me.
Come on!
KG, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Mac, great to see you.
Heard you were going to sit this one out, Jim.
Yeah, this one, that one, and the one after that.
Oh, then you won't be needing your mechanic.
KG, Mac, I'd like to have you meet my fiancée, Susan McLean.
Hi, Mac, KG, hello.
.05. Try that on your go-karts.
Well, Jim Douglas, I heard you quit racing. Nerves or something.
Just moved on, Sergio. When you've won the big ones, there's nothing left to prove.
Oh, you got out just in time. They don't use pedal power anymore.
Actually, Sergio, if you're fishing, you're wasting the bait.
Oh, it seems that Mr. Douglas avoids competition whenever possible. I am Sergio Longarini.
Susan McLean, my fiancée.
Lovely. Bellissima.
I already told her that, Sergio.
Oh, then you and Diane are no longer, how do you Americans say it? An item.
Diane.
Yes.
Diane Darcy, a fellow race driver.
Some fellow. Well, she follows the circuit with a little racing car, but they are hardly serious contenders. But then, who is?
You know, actually, we just came out here to say hello. We better be going.
I can't believe an old lead foot like you would pass up a chance to blow a little carbon out of Herbie.
Take it around, Jim.
Oh, yes. See how much you've forgotten. Or is it that you are already, how do you Americans say it? Henpecked?
No, he isn't. Doesn't matter how you say it. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind seeing you go around once either, Jim. Not too fast.
There is no danger of that.
I guess one lap wouldn't hurt. I promise not to take it out a second.
second.
He will be soon.
Come on now. Herbie, slow down. You're going to get me in big trouble.
Poor boy, trying to relieve the past. I'm much more interested in the here and now.
What is the matter with you?
Most racers don't know how to relate to a lady like yourself. Douglas, for instance, has had a great deal of experience with railbirds and groupies. Girls who hang around the tracks. But, well, I hope he's discerning enough to appreciate the difference. And there is such a difference.
Herbie, sometimes... Whoa! Hey, come on now. I said slow down, not put me through the windshield and then head for the hills.
Perhaps I could see you again, Susan. Then I will show you that Sergio Longarini knows how to treat a lady.
That's Sergio. Sergio Longarini. Yeah, a Lamborghini.
Hey, Jim, did you beat my time?
No, and I hope you're not trying to beat mine, Sergio.
Too bad, Alfredo. She really likes me. You'll see. The weekend is just the beginning.
So Sunday afternoon, we'll find them arch rivals. Right now, it's Old Home Week for this fraternity of Grand Prix drivers who have been competitors all over the world. Absent from the photo is two-time former winner Jim Douglas, now out of racing, but not out of my mind.
Chase Manhattan can do whatever it wants. Our prime is staying right where it is.
There is always a round of festivities before the big races, and the Southland Off-Road Finals is no exception, beginning at the Holiday Manor.
I believe that's what's called a non sequitur.
I'm talking about Susan.
I don't want to hear that girl's name again. She's caused me enough humiliation. Walking out on my wedding.
It was my wedding, Mother.
It was my catering bill. Have you any idea how much 150 pounds of Maine lobster costs?
One of the drivers is a girl, Miss Diane Darcy.
Randy, give it up. Let me find you a nice girl. Someone who'll stay with you through the whole wedding.
Well, they're not married yet, Mother.
Diane Darcy.
This whole racing scene is potentially explosive, and if I can find just the right mixture, I'll blow Jim Douglas right out of the picture.
Hi, Jim. Always glad to see Mother's money at work.
Yeah, well, tell your mother not to worry. I expect by the end of next year, we'll be selling franchises. Thanks for helping get the loan.
Hey, forget it. Anything I can do for you and Susan. And you know, as a matter of fact, I've been wanting to do a little something for you, Jim, now that you're a groom-to-be.
Well, believe me, Randy, that is not necessary.
Oh, please, indulge me. I want to. Maybe a little get-together. Call it a bachelor party. Whatever.
Bachelor party?
Yeah.
Who would you invite? I mean, there's you and Bo and...
Any of the old group around?
Racers?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some in town right now for the off-road finals, but...
Oh, really? Well, they like a good time, don't they?
Next to checkered flags, there's nothing they like better.
Yeah, I wonder how I'd get a hold of them.
Well, I usually stay at the Holiday Manor, but listen...
Holiday Manor. Well, you just leave it to me, and you hang loose for Friday, okay?
Look, I don't feel...
Oh, Jim, please indulge me, huh?
Okay. Good. I'll pick you up at 5. And, I'll tell Mother that, you're ahead of schedule. It'll make her day. Well, hello, Mrs. Thornton. How'd it go?
Oh, Mr. Douglas, you should have seen me. I backed into a parking space without even touching the wheel.
Don't overdo it.
Yeah, she stopped at a grade cross without even touching the brakes.
Would you be interested in selling this priceless little car, Mr. Douglas?
I'm sorry, Mrs. Thornton, but that's just what he is. I would like to ask you a question, though.
After that lesson, anything.
I'd like to get married. To the lady that I've been dating, Susan McLean.
Oh.
You know that 3-bedroom apartment that's just been vacated?
Apartment? Oh.
That's right. As manager, could you save that for me?
Oh, do you need all that room?
The future Mrs. Douglas has 3 kids.
I like to think of them as young ladies and gentlemen.
Well, consider it your own. I won't let anybody else even look at it.
Thanks.
Oh, what a nice thing to say.
How about next week at the same time, Mrs. Thornton?
Oh, well, I wouldn't miss it. Bye.
So long.
No. I am fixing up this room for Jim's office, and he doesn't need a Sopwell Camel or whatever that plane is that's dripping oil to add to the decor.
No, but maybe he likes planes.
Yeah, well, possibly, but he does not need a 2-wheeled skateboard and a hula hoop.
No, but hula hoops are coming back.
No, not to this room, they're not. Now, out to the garage floor and go in.
You don't get married. We'll just have to haul it back in again.
We're getting married very soon. Sometimes, when there's a little interest from another man, it helps to get things rolling. Now, go on.
You mean Uncle Randy?
Uncle Sergio.
Oh, Uncle Sergio.
Well, hi, guys.
Hi.
You going to a swap meet? What's a funeral procession?
Oh, they're cleaning out their junk room.
Oh. Hi.
Hi.
I've got some good news and some good news. Which would you like to hear first?
First, I want to show you something. This is supposed to be a surprise, but as long as you're here, ta-da!
Ta-da! What?
Ta-da! Your new office. I mean, without the bears and the boxes and the bikes, but with a little paint and a little imagination.
Oh.
See, we're gonna put your desk right over there.
Uh-huh.
And your easy chair will be right there. And don't worry about this wall there, because the hibiscus is going to come up and it's going to be so pretty. But the most important thing is that you're going to have complete privacy.
Oh.
What do you think?
Well, it's great. I mean, it'd make a great office. It really would.
But
Well, I don't know, Susan. I always thought that we'd live at my place. I've got dibs on a great 3-bedroom apartment.
Jim, you never said a word about living there to me.
Well, I just assumed. Don't you like the idea?
Oh, no. It's not a question of not liking it. It's just that I've got this perfectly good house here, and it's half paid for, and so I just naturally assumed that this would be home. Don't you like this house?
Oh, this is a great house. I mean, this is a fine house. There's nothing wrong with it at all. I just thought that with a new marriage, we'd want a fresh start. That's all.
A man's home is his castle as long as it doesn't belong to his wife. Is that it?
Now, Susan, that has nothing to do with it. The apartment is just a more practical arrangement all the way around. It's close to my work. It's close to the school.
Is there a yard for the children to play in?
Well, no, but it has a little gym. And there are tennis courts right down the street. It even has a rec room with a pool table.
Just what every growing boy needs.
Hey, how's it fixed up for soft drink machines?
3, 1 in the laundry room, 2 in the rec room.
Jim, could we discuss this later?
Why don't you find out now so we can see who wins? Wait a minute. The whole thing is beginning to sound a little iffy.
Would you guys just go to the garage? Thank you. Jim, why don't you tell me your other good news?
Oh, well, Randy's giving me a bachelor party right after work on Friday.
Oh, great. No problem. The children and I will just rough it here at home.
I hope this isn't an imposition, Miss Darcy. I know you must have a million things to do getting ready for the race.
You mentioned Jim Douglas, and you got my attention. How is he?
Fine. Never better.
Would you hand me that wrench over there?
Oh, sure. And you and Jim knew each other personally in Monte Carlo, huh?
I think you could safely say that.
Oh, well. Jim will really be delighted to see you then.
And I'd love to see him. But I don't think I belong at a bachelor party.
Nonsense. We're inviting all his old racing buddies. Now, he'd be heartbroken if you weren't there.
Then I'll be there.
Good. Could you spread the word to the others? I mean, the party's going to be at the Holiday Manor, Coral Room, Friday, 5 o'clock. My treat.
Oh, they're a hungry bunch. You and Jim must be awfully good friends.
Oh, like that. Well, see you then.
Mom, if I had my own tennis court, I could become another Chris Everett Lloyd. A lot you can. You were going to become another Pavlova, and that lasted 3 weeks. The teacher hated me.
Look, if we lived at the apartment, I mean, we could be working out at the gym. Don't you want us to stay healthy?
I couldn't afford healthier appetite.
Mom, there's nothing to do around here.
Yeah. Want me to make a list?
No.
You could take up aerobic dance, Mom, and work on your... What? Work on what? Your respiration.
Where's that? Look, how do you know you're not going to like the apartment when you've never even seen it?
Yeah. You're always telling us to keep an open mind, but you've got yours made up without even looking at it. All right. You have made your point. I will go, and I will see it.
Let's all go see it. Yeah, that's a great idea.
No. I will go and see it by myself without you around to brainwash me.
Yeah, well, when will you go?
At a propitious moment.
What's that?
When Jim is somewhere else.
Oh.
Randy?
Susan!
I'm sorry. Miss Burton said you weren't busy.
Oh. Well, this relieves tension. Decisions. Figures, all day long. Well, what a nice surprise. What can I do for you?
Well, I might as well be right up front about this. Randy, I need your help. See, I know you're giving Jim a bachelor party, which, by the way, is awfully sweet of you.
Anything for you and old Jimbo. No trouble in paradise, I hope.
Well, there won't be. If I could get a look at an apartment where Jim wants us to live after we get married, it's in his building.
His building?
Mm-hmm. Apartment O. And I was thinking a good time to go there would be when Jim is at the bachelor party.
Oh, good. It'd be perfect. I'll pick him up by 5, so anytime after that.
Randy. What can I say? Oh. Remember.
Yeah, Randolph P. Bigelow here. Yes, I want to cancel my reservation for the Coral Room Friday. Oh, no, everything's fine. In fact, it's perfect. Yeah, and could you take a message for Miss Diane Darcy, please? Right, tell her, spread the word. The party has been moved to the Comstock Apartments, which will soon become known as Jim Douglas's Waterloo.
Surprise! Surprise, the party's right here, and you're giving it.
Doesn't look too happy about it either.
You wouldn't either with the axe over your head. Yeah, they canceled the room on us at the last minute, so I thought, why not have it right here? That, okay with you, old buddy? Huh?
Well, I mean, it's too late to say no, isn't it? Come on in.
It's Herbie. Oh, it's Jim's car. Oh. Hi, honey. Long time. Mwah.
So this little toy actually won Monte Carlo.
He sure did, and he beat a lot of good cars.
For its time. Douglas, you really put it in a museum, along with the Stanley Steamers, before he falls apart.
You ought to try racing him sometime.
Wow, Monte Carlo. Wish I'd have been there.
Yeah, well, I was, about 12 cars back.
Herbie then? And Herbie now. Well, looks the same to me. Maybe a few extra wrinkles. Jim and Diane.
I'd forgotten these were in there.
Oh, I'll bet.
Together again?
This is your life, Diane and Jim.
Yeah, well, that was a big part of both our lives, but then is then, now is now.
That's right. And to Jim Douglas's new life. May it be long and happy. Here, here. What, on an empty glass?
I'll toast to Jim, empty or full.
Well, we can't have that, can we?
No, we cannot. That's right. No problem. Okay.
Lady and gentlemen, to the groom. Here, here.
Okay. Thank you.
Come on, Jim.
I can't drink it myself. All right, in that case, salute.
Diane.
When that's over, the TV goes off and you guys do your homework, agreed?
See what kind of equipment they've got in the gym, Mom.
First the kitchen, then the closets, then the barbells. Not a hurry, got started like this.
And Mueller tried the same thing again on Le Mans. Going high and then dropping down and trying to pass on the turn.
Well, we didn't do too well in the trials today. Something's wrong with my car. I want to talk about cars. I want to talk about us, Jim. Do you ever think about Monte Carlo?
At slideshows and bachelor parties.
Oh!
You okay?
As compared to who? Home. Oh, could you hold the room steady?
Sit down.
Maybe she'd better lie down for a minute.
You want to stretch out in the back, Diane?
Well, sure, whatever you say, Jim. I don't care.
Mac, can we get through here?
Jim, I'd get her out of this bedlam. Isn't there, a vacant apartment around here somewhere?
Oh, O's vacant.
No, that's perfect. Why don't you take her over there? It's probably just something she ate.
Yeah, well, it's quiet.
This guy is the greatest. He's just always there whenever you need him.
remember, I was there. Stand right there and don't move.
I love you, Herbie!
Diane.
Bye, Herbie. I'll be back,
Strange place for Jim to park.
Okay. I'm game. I can just go out the other side. Oh. Okay. I'm not down yet. Go to the roof. This'll be easy. Okay, okay. All right. All right, I won't go through the car.
Yeah.
Do you know that you're my favorite people?
I'd like you to, Diane. Just stretch out here and relax, and you're gonna be okay. Okay. Ow!
Oh,
Oh,
you know.
Diane.
Hi. Barbie better be terrific.
Diane, if you'll just close your eyes now, then you'll feel a lot better.
I don't want to sleep. I want to talk.
Diane.
Jim, did I ever tell you you're the best friend a girl ever had? Do you know that I told Sergio that not only are you a great driver, but you're a beautiful human being.
Okay.
And you are, Jim.
Okay, Diane.
Jim.
Now you just relax, and I'll come back and check on you in a few minutes.
You
all right?
are the greatest.
So this is what's called a bachelor's party?
Susan! 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 I'd like you to meet Diane Darcy.
Charmed, I'm sure. Did you win the door prize, or is she an added attraction of the apartment?
Oh, I know this must really seem funny.
Funny? Oh, this is a laugh riot. I don't know why it makes me feel like I want to
Susan! Now, I don't know what you're thinking, but this is not what you're thinking.
I know what I'm thinking, but you don't want to hear it.
But Susan, you know, sometimes things, oh, honey, they're not what they appear to be. Honey, you know, you've got to believe in something. You have to trust in something.
Let's put it like this. This is not one of those times.
Anything I can do to help?
Thank you.
The beginning of a very interesting weekend.
My first question has to be, how's your head?
Well, it's there. That much I can tell you for sure.
Come on in.
I think it'd be better if we talked out here.
Diane, I am not going to be intimidated, but maybe that's a good idea.
Bo was working on my car. He said you'd probably be here.
Oh.
Jim, I am so sorry.
Well, forget it, Diane. It's not your fault.
Have you heard from her?
She's incommunicado. Besides that, she won't talk to me.
I feel so awful. You know I would never do anything to hurt you.
Oh, good. Jim's home.
Yeah.
I'd just like to talk to him for a minute. It's kind of personal. Do you mind?
No, I don't mind. Huh. But, maybe he does.
Let's go. Now!
No!
What's the matter?
That was Susan's daughter. Herbie, let go. Just let go. I am getting very upset with you, Herbie. Now, let me tell you something. We are not going to her house. The lady wants distance. Then let's give it to her. You're acting like a child. I just do not understand you sometimes. You know, what you don't seem to understand is that this requires delicacy. Delicacy. 24 hours is just, well, it's not enough. You know, Herbie, if you would just listen to me sometimes, what a woman needs is time. She always comes to her senses. Huh?
Mom, can I talk to you for a minute? Oh, honey, can it wait? I've got so many things on my mind.
Robbie, how's my boy, huh?
Is it okay to let Uncle Randy in?
Oh, well, of course it's all right to let Uncle Randy in. Hi, Randy.
Hi, I was just in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd stop by and spend a little time with you and the kids.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, I thought I'd take my favorite family out for a bite to eat. I miss you and the kids.
Well, I think they'd enjoy that.
But what about you? You're the one I'm concerned about.
Oh, don't worry about me, Randy. I'm going to be fine.
By late.
Right on time. Well, goodbye, everybody. You kids eat well for Uncle Randy.
I want a taco. I want an enchilada.
I want to kill myself.
I hope you wouldn't mind a side trip. Alfredo, he tells me we have a problem. I must see about my car. Susanne, please. Then it will be just as I promised. A little snack and home.
Alfredo, avete preparato tutto.
He should work on his eye. What does that weight mean?
Well, I have no idea. I simply asked him if he fixed my car. Oh, look what Alfredo have done.
What he's done is turned a platonic outing into goodbye, Sergio.
Oh, no, Susanna. Perhaps Alfredo and I had made a foolish mistake. But if we leave without something that cannellone alla ricotta, spaghetti alla raviata, o anche profiteroli, he would be absolutely devastated. And so would I. Just look at this spaghetti. The best you ever tasted. Alfredo is a great cook. Better than my grandmother. It's a sin not to taste this food. It is absolutely a delicious thing.
all right. I was glad to help out. Look, there's a friend of mine honking out front. I'm going to have to go, okay? Right. So long. Okay, Herbie. Where have you been? Herbie, the lady wants to be left alone. She doesn't? She isn't alone? Sergio? You better check this out.
My compliments to your mechanic. The food was excellent.
And the company, superb.
Well, I hope you will still be smiling when I tell you that I want to go home now.
Oh, Alfredo will never forgive me if I didn't offer you some of his famous espresso. Or his even more famous cappuccino.
Herbie, I think we're on a wild goose chase. Okay, a wild Italian chase then.
With the chill of the evening almost upon us, perhaps we could enjoy our espresso in the comfort of my cup.
Sergio, the only espresso that I'm interested in right now is the espresso home.
Susan, certainly you wouldn't object to home.
My home, not yours.
Susan, this is not a moment to
No, Sergio, I must go home now. It's been lovely. Please,
so
no,
ridiculous.
please take me
I
home.
promise.
Herbie, don't! Susan! Susan! Susan, are you all right?
What are you doing here?
No! That's my question. And I see the answer.
Oh, do you really?
Yes, I do, and I don't like it. I've never liked Italian food.
What?
Gives me heartburn. Whether it's on you or somebody else.
Well, you have a lot to learn about Italian food and trust.
Trust, uh-huh, yes. Well, we'll talk about that on the way home.
What, me? Go home with you?
Yes.
Oh, Jimmy, you heard the lady.
But out, Sergio, somebody's liable to stuff you in a doggy bag and take you home.
Sergio, the offer of your camp is still open.
Susan!
Susan.
To call a cab to take my stuff home.
Susan!
Mom, I'd really like to talk to you.
Well, of course, honey. I've had so much on my mind, but I really never meant to neglect your problems.
Well, this isn't exactly my problem. But in a way, it is my problem. It's about yesterday and last night.
Last night? What happened last night?
That's what I'd like to know. What did happen last night?
Oh, that's grown-up stuff, honey.
But sometimes grown-up stuff affects us kids, too.
I know, honey, and I'm sorry. It's just that Jim and I have been having our problems.
That's what I want to talk to you about. You know how you're always saying, if you want something, go after it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe you ought to make up your mind. Do you want Jim or not? Because if you don't, maybe somebody else does.
Where'd you get such good sense?
I had a pretty good teacher.
I'm gonna call him.
With Anderson taking the match 6-love, 6-2. And out at Overton Speedway, where cars from all over the world will be competing in the Southland Off-Road Finals today, We've had a last-minute entry there, and that entry is Jim Douglas' famous little number 53.
What?
Douglas, who won the Long Beach Grand Prix in a record time 2 years ago, says we'll do even better this year.
I love you. I love you. Susan, I was just driving by, and I wondered if you'd heard the news.
News? What news?
Jim Douglas is in the Southland race.
That's impossible.
Then he didn't tell you?
I mean, I don't believe it. Jim would not be entered in
The Southland off-road finals. No, I'm sorry, but I just heard it on the radio.
But he is all through with racing. Unless he's decided he's all through with everything else as well.
My worst fears. He's not at his apartment.
That may not mean he's at the track racing.
Susan, I don't think you should go all the way out there.
To the racetrack?
Susan, I won't let you do it, even though you may always carry that nagging doubt in the back of your mind. Did I do the right thing or not? No, Susan, I won't take you out there.
Maybe I should go. Maybe I should go out and see for myself.
I just can't believe he'd be that two-faced.
Jim Douglas' car, number 53, is just past Bob Mason and is now running in 5th place.
I'm sorry you made me bring you out here, Susan. It's a bad day for all of us.
Which is just a little over 1 lap to catch the leader, Sergio Longarini. Longarini took the lead at the outset and has held it ever since. Longarini is coming up to the last lap. It doesn't look like anyone's going to catch him now. Is now running in 2nd place, but it doesn't look like there's time now to catch Sergio Longarini.
I've seen enough.
We might as well stay till the bitter end.
It's come down to a 1-to-1 race between Longarini and the Bug. Just a few feet separate the two.
Come on, Sergio! Well, I just figured that if Sergio beat him badly, Jim might really retire. For good, you know? Come on.
And it's now a head-on race between these two cars. Both are wide open, heading for the finish line and the checkered flag. It's going to be a new track record. And here they come!
Let's go up and see him.
No, Randy, I really...
Oh, of course you do.
No, Randy.
now this time you listen, old Randy.
Randy,
Go
I
up there and
don't wanna
race
go. I
it.
don't.
Make a clean break of it.
Randy,
It's the kind of thing you can do for a gin hand yourself. Now come along, sister.
Racing fans, here comes your winner into the pits. Car 53, setting a new track record here at the Southland Off-Road Finals at Overton, and beating Sergio Longarini, who was the favorite. Quite a race it was. In third place was Bill McGee in the Shamrock Special. Fourth place goes to Bobby Harris, who drove a whale of a race. Trailing the first runners was Paul Wurtzel, one of the early leaders, but faded in the stretch. I'd like to take this moment to
Fantastic!
Congratulations, Diane. Terrific race.
Tell Herbie he drove his own race.
Yeah, well, he was highly motivated. Well, surprise.
Yeah, surprise.
You didn't think that was me out there, did you?
Well,
Susan, you should know by now that things are not always what they seem to be.
Well, if you can build a relationship on mistrust, we're really doing it.
You know something? I don't care why you're here. I'm just happy to see you. Hey, excuse us.
And if you'd consider marrying me next weekend, I'd consider moving into your house after the honeymoon.
Consider it done. I did think I had to get Randy to bring me out here.
Thanks, Uncle Randy. Oh, just call me Uncle Cupid. Or Uncle Stupid.
I lost all the pressure at the last minute, or it would have been a complete different story.
I think Herbie sprung a leak, too.
And I come from a family.
The following presentation has been closed captioned.